and they're interviewing girls. And it's like, we already dropped that tea a couple episodes back, you and I, David, and they totally are. They're looking for new faces. They're looking to shake up the cast. So we'll see where they go with that. But we also mentioned on that episode with you and I that a lot of people are turning away and saying, fuck this. We don't want Teresa, Louie, and whoever else is working for her to dig up on her business. So they're, having a hard time casting because a lot of people don't want their business looked into or they don't want to be targeted by Teresa.
Has Teresa, I mean, that's all interesting. And you told me about the blogger, right? Like we said that, like, okay, like you're obviously getting that from us. Has Teresa ever been second seat on Watch What Happens? I wonder. I don't know if she's
I don't
ever.
know.
So it's a
I don't know,
hard, like
but
it's hard to, but it's still, yeah. I mean, I noticed that. Well, I also noticed that when it started, Andy said, Ashley, blah, blah, and here's Teresa Giudice from House of Villains, which, okay, it's on now. It's E. But couldn't you just say, our very own,
yeah.
number one table flipper, our very own Queen of New Jersey? I mean, there was no reference to RHONJ. I thought that was weird, where he was like, from House of Villains, Teresa. I thought that was
Yeah,
weird.
that was weird. And also another weird thing that's going on behind the scenes on social media, and I am warning a lot of people, if you get something in your DM that is anti Teresa and they're pushing you to post it, do not do it because, again, she likes to be the victim and she likes to be in the timeline. So, they're within the camp, these people, these toxic bloggers that work with her, are sending people fake stories about Teresa to post it for two reasons. They want to show Bravo that Teresa's the talk of the town, and they also want to make Teresa the victim. Like, look at these people pushing this toxic shit out on Teresa because Teresa was the one always pushing toxic shit out on her cast. Now she's wanting it to be done to her so she can look at Bravo and say, see, I'm not the only one that's pushing negative stuff. Someone's doing it to me. She wants to play the victim to Bravo because in her eyes, if she is the victim, then what she did to other people, it'll kind of wash itself out. So she can point to Bravo and say, well, look, it's being done to me too. It wasn't just me, but they're the ones pushing it. And I know they're the ones pushing it because the accounts that were my friends that worked with me, that helped me push the shit, are now still doing it. So I'm telling a lot of people, don't take the bait. Like the foreclosure story, that was fake. That was pushed by her camp.
Right. So, like, just so everyone knows, and I've gotten hundreds of things. So, right. So, there's this thing out there that, Teresa and Louie are in foreclosure, blah, blah, blah. It's a fake story. It's not real. Right. They want to send it. And I can confirm, I can unilaterally confirm I have received stuff about Teresa and Louie being in foreclosure from probably 10 different people over the
Yeah, and they
past
want you to
three
post it,
weeks.
and they want you to post it, and they want you to like say, haha, so she can look like she's being bullied when it's really them pushing it. What is true that's being pushed out there, and a shout out to Trefab. She put out a story. She showed some receipts, property taxes that are owed on that current home that she's living in, and that water bill. Those are legit. They are in default. They are not paying thousands upon thousands of dollars that are owed. That is a legit story. But I only saw a couple people put that out there, but that into digging in regards to the foreclosure thing, they came across the bills not being paid. The bills part is true. They are in the
They're not
negative.
paying
They
their
they are.
property taxes.
They are not. And that's really telling because Teresa likes to throw out there how she lives on her. She just said on Watch What Happens Live. Oh, how ironic. I live on my brother's, the block that my brother used to live on. I have the biggest house on the block. Well, you also owe on those taxes. And that house is not in your name. I mean, so for you, and let's not forget, she's also on a payment plan with the IRS where she owes over $500,000. So it's like not a good look to be bragging about how big your house is when you owe on the property taxes, you owe on that water bill, and you're on a payment plan with the IRS. So again, really quick, going back to Beverly Hills, where there is actual money to be spent, Teresa's in the negative. It's a joke.
She has to be worried. I mean, we're in December basically. I mean, she has to be worried about,
Yeah,
right? I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
Oh, for
think,
sure.
look, they don't tell you anything. Like, they're not going to say, don't worry, you're definitely coming. They won't until contracts go out. So
Yeah.
she has to be
She's
somewhat
she's
worried.
hawking she's hawking handbags on TikTok and she attached her name to some lipstick to try to get some revenue in. But I just don't think the money's flowing as it should be. If it was, your bills would be paid. So to quote Melissa Gorga, we pay our bills, right? Teresa's not. So they're
And
definitely hurting for money.
right. Like I know now she has an appearance with Gia in Florida. Like these appearances. Now they used to be back in the day with Carrie Ann. Like they used to be like 5 grand. She probably got like 75 grand. The most you're getting from these appearances is like 10 grand. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. I will fly anywhere because I mean all your stuff is paid for 10 grand. I'll fly anywhere for 5 grand. But I'm just saying I mean, that's a lot of appearances to equal a usual $2 million. I'm not knocking no 5 grand to show up at a store for 2 hours. Sign
Yeah.
me up. I'm just saying that it's not the same. It's not the same. It's so easy to say you're booked and busy. A lot of people are booked and busy. There's a lot of things in the entertainment business that people are booked and busy. People are hosting red carpets. Like at the end of the day, though, how much did that great gig pay you? You're on Watch What Happens like as live as the bartender. That is amazing. I'll go right now. It's not paying me anything. So I'm just saying if you do a lot of wonderful things, what's paying? What is really
Yeah.
paying? Not
And
everything is what it seems. That's all I'm saying.
yeah. And the haters will sit there and say, "Oh my God, why are you knocking her? Why are you saying this? Why are you that?" It's so funny that someone sits on national television and says, "I'm on, my lot is the biggest on the block." Yet you're in so much debt. Like that's not the flex you think it is, baby.
No, I didn't, and I thought that introducing as villains was something strange. This is also what I thought was, I don't know. So I don't listen to these podcasts, but people sent me these clips of her and Jackie. I guess so. Jackie Goldschneider was just on her pod. This is just me. Like I didn't look into it, but I got these clips. To me, it's like, look, Jackie is a smart woman. Not that going to law school makes you smart, because I've gone to law school and I'm a lawyer, and I can tell you I went to law school with a lot of dumb people. But Jackie is smart, right? Like Jackie knows it's over. She ain't coming back. And that's fine. I really do believe Jackie is one of those housewives who has like moved on. I mean, you go on a podcast, sure. I'm sure Jackie would go on a lot of podcasts now, but I don't really see her sitting around and talking about it. Not per se. So when the clips I got to me seemed weird. It seemed like, first of all, it seemed like Jackie was just totally bored during this chat. And like Teresa to me, like, look, if you're paid to go do these live shows, of course you're going to talk about Jersey. But Teresa does seem like one of these people, like if it is over for her and she's not coming back, she seems like one of these housewives who will be talking about, and I get it, it was a lot of years, but she'll be talking about RHONJ forever. Like I just see her,
Yeah.
and it starts to be a little sad at some. This is just how I read this interaction. Like when she was talking, like, Jackie, and I did this, and I felt Jackie was just there, like, what? Like, I don't like, there's no more
Yeah,
paycheck.
Teresa definitely lives in the past. And I know a lot of people like to say, "Oh, the table flip was so iconic," but that was also how many years ago? Where has where's the recent iconic moment? There isn't. That's and also like they like to say, her fans like to say, "Oh my God, she's so real. She has such a storyline." What is her storyline if it's not Melissa and Joe? Think about it. Like I'm not going to take away from her, the fact that she went to jail. The whole thing with her fighting with Joe Giudice on camera, her chasing Danielle Staub through a country club. Okay, those were moments. Where are your moments now? It's dried up. It's done. There's nothing left. I think it's really time to open up, a new book. Let's see new faces. Hopefully they find some and we will see, maybe not a total reboot, but maybe we'll see something more exciting, something fresh. I'm ready. And especially after watching Beverly Hills, shit, Jersey
You,
feels so flat.
I tried to tell you how good Beverly Hills was.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yes, I
I
love
try to
it.
tell you, it's just, I mean, we haven't even scratched the surface. I mean, wait till they're on vacation. I mean, Kyle gets gifts forever. I mean, there's
Oh my
just
gosh.
so
Yes.
much
I'm
money.
ready for when they're on vacation. Those are going to be juicy episodes.
There's so much money. I mean, look, and even Erica is like, I mean, she still makes a huge salary, Erica. So she's
Yes.
years into it now. So it's not so strange that she would be remodeling. At first, I was like, is she moving? That she's remodeling her house and,
Yeah.
but the other thing to me too is like, look, maybe the others are just as, upset about not knowing. But